In this video, we're going to do a short run-through of how to access Microsoft Whiteboard and some of the main features. So, to get started, we need to log into Microsoft 365 and then click the 9-dot menu in the top left of the screen. You should then be able to see the icon for Whiteboard. If we click this, we will be taken to the home page for Whiteboard, where we can see all of the boards that we have either created or that have been shared with us. For this video, we're going to click on New Whiteboard. When we do this, we are presented with the Templates menu, where you can select a specific template based on what kind of board you wish to create. For this example, though, we are going to create a blank canvas. Once loaded, you will see there is a toolbar at the bottom of the page. This is where all of the tools we need sit. The first one we'll look at is the pen tool. If we click this, it's selected, and if we click it again, it opens up the options, where we can choose the colour, size and opacity of the pen. To start drawing, simply click and drag with your mouse pointer. We can even add arrows at the end of our lines as well, just by selecting the arrow options in the pen tool. If you see, there are actually 3 pens in the toolbar. This is so we can set the desired options for 3 different pens and easily switch between them without having to constantly change the settings back and forth. The tool next to the pens is the highlighter tool and is pretty self-explanatory. Again, you have the option to change the size and colour of the tool within its settings. Next to the highlighter tool is the laser pen. This tool is for temporarily highlighting something. If you draw with the tool, the drawing will slowly fade away, meaning you don't need to delete anything. We then come to the ruler tool. When selected, the tool loads a ruler across the whole canvas. You can use this measure or, if used with the pen tool, you can utilise it to draw straight lines. You can also use the built-in protractor to measure angles, adjusting it using your mouse's wheel. If you switch to the selection tool, you can then click and select any of the items on the whiteboard, including any of your drawings. Once selected, you can then move them around, change their size and rotate them. Moving back to the pen tool, by default, if you draw a simple polygon, the tool will automatically enhance them into uniform shapes. Next up, we have the Sticky Notes tool. This tool can add sticky notes to your board and enables you to type into them as a way of sharing thoughts and ideas. Clicking the 3 dots menu on the notes allows you to change their colour, edit the text and duplicate and delete the notes. You can also add comments to the notes. After the Sticky Notes tool, we have the Emoji tool, which allows you to add reactions to anything on the board. Then we have the Comments tool, which, again, is pretty self-explanatory. We now come to the Text tool. This tool allows you to add text to anywhere on the canvas. Once added, the text can then be edited by changing the colour, size and rotation. The next tool is the Shapes tool, where you can add a variety of basic shapes to your whiteboard. The size, colour and rotation of all of these shapes can be edited as you choose. If you click the 3 dots at the end of the toolbar, this opens up the additional tools, which includes the ability to add images and documents from your computer and videos from YouTube. If you add documents, such as PDFs, it allows you to select which pages you want to add. Once they are added, these pages can then be interacted with just like any other item on the whiteboard. By default, if you annotate over one of these pages, the inking automatically gets linked to the pages, meaning you can move them together easily. Next, we'll look at the timer feature, which is a relatively new addition to Whiteboard. Click on the timer icon in the top right of the page, and the timer will appear with a default time of 5 minutes on it. This time can be adjusted using the plus and minus buttons. To start the timer, simply press the play button and it will begin counting down the set time. Finally, let's look at some of the background settings for your boards. Click the cog icon in the top right of the page to open the settings menu and choose Format Background. This will open the Background Settings menu. From here, you can change the design on the background, including graph and lined paper. You can also change the colour of the background to suit your audience or personal preference. You can then share the board with whoever you want. If you are using a whiteboard during a Teams meeting, the board is automatically shared with all those in the meeting, so there is no need to add this step. When you are finished, you can simply close the browser window and your whiteboard will be automatically saved to your Microsoft account.